Hey everybody, Ashton here again with another tutorial from MuseThemes.com. Today we're looking at our new Image Distort widget. This widget provides an interesting way to display images. Now, if you've ever used our popular animated image rollovers widget, this is similar, but offers more modern and stylized transitions. There's also more control of the caption text and styling. This can be great for before and after photos, or for cases when you want to share multiple images of the same item or concept. I'm going to switch over to Muse now and take a look at how to set this one up. So I have here the layout that we just saw in our live demo, but with the Image Distort widget removed here on the top row. This whole page is designed like an offset grid, so for the first one here we want to add the image on the top right of the page, opposite this text content. So let's jump into our library and drag out the widget, and we'll drop it on the page. Now, to make the grid uniform in this case, we want the widget to be half the width of this top row, and we want it to match the height of it from top to bottom. So in this case, we want it to be 600 by 600 pixels. So if we select it, we can either go to the transform menu here on the right, or simply jump up here to the header and enter 600 for both the width and height. There we go. And now we're going to want to drag the widget and place it aligned to the top right corner of the page. And now we are ready to go. So let's jump into the settings panel. To start off here, we have 3 places to upload images. We have images 1 and 2, which represent the before and after image. I've got a couple images of a flower here saved in my folder. Let me add those in one by one. And then we have the displacement image, which is shown briefly as image 1 transitions to image 2. Our widget download actually comes with several images that are ideal for this, and they're included in the displacement images folder in the downloaded package. Now, you can use any image for this, but keep in mind that high contrast images will be ideal. I'm just going to pick one of the ones that we have in my folder here, and we're good to go. Now let's jump into the content settings dropdown of our settings panel. We've got 4 checkboxes here that you can enable, including meta, which is the text caption that will show up at the top. I'll put something like November 2020, Paris. Now for title, this is the text that appears in the center of the image, so let me put flowers in bloom. And then we have subtitle. This is the text that appears near the bottom of the image, so let me enter a sentence here. A vibrant series of nature photography captured around the world. And then we have subtitle link, and this is the destination link for the link text, so be sure to use an actual link URL. You can't use internal page names here. We'll go ahead and leave this as is, but you can also give the link a label as well. Let me put attend show. And finally, the link target here allows you to set the link to open in the same window or a new window. So now let me jump down to content styling. Most of the styling options here are pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to go through each setting individually because they're all labeled with their exact purpose. However, there are a few key settings that I should mention. First one here is content padding. This setting applies padding to the left side of the content, and this padding is applied to all of the content, so a smaller value will result in content being closer to the left side of the image. Let's leave the padding at 8 for now. Then we have padding units. This setting allows you to adjust the units used for the padding. Now, each option has different attributes, which you can research if you'd like, but we suggest using the default VW padding as it is relative and is applied as a percentage. This is an appropriate option for responsive resizing. Now, most of the rest of the settings are pretty self-explanatory, but let me make a few more changes here just so we can get this styled up nicely. I'm going to make the meta font size 15. And we'll use the font Brandon-Grotesque. And let's do a title font size of 8. And we'll do Brandon Grotesque here as well. We'll do a subtitle font of 20. And we'll use the same font. And we'll leave the link font size at 15, but we'll add Brandon Grotesque here as well. Now, before we give this a preview, let's take a quick look on our transition settings section. These settings apply to the actual transition from image 1 to image 2. So we have distortion intensity. This setting changes the intensity of the transition distortion. Then we have speed in, which changes the amount of time it takes to transition from image 1 to image 2. And then speed out, of course, changes the amount of time it takes to transition from image 2 to image 1. Let's give this a browser preview. And we can give our image a hover. And our image is distorting and transitioning smoothly. So thanks again for watching, guys. Reach out to us in support if you have any issues at all. And until next time, this is Ashton with MuseThemes.com, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial.